Mr. Reiner, we are in a transition period. We're moving towards a hybrid work environment. And in this environment, many aspects we considered, we took for granted, they have changed. There are new challenges emerging concerning cybersecurity. So the question is, how prepared are European companies and organizations for these challenges?
I would love to say they are prepared, but we recently launched a new study on the cybersecurity readiness around the world, and we saw specifically in EMEA that almost 80%, right, of the respondents confirmed that they expect to have an attack and being breached in the next 12 to 24 months, so almost 80%. So to answer your question, right, on a short answer, they are not. And the reason why is that, like, when post-pandemic, many things have changed how we work. One thing that is, I think, maybe common for all of us around the world, but also here in Greece, is that people started to work much more from remote or from home than in the past, right? In the past, when we spoke to clients, maybe 20% were really sometimes working from home or from when they were traveling. And today it's the opposite, it's 80% that are working from remote, and that has a big change in how companies have to provide infrastructure and how they are securing their workforce.
What should be the top priorities for companies?
I think the company should understand what is critical, but this should start with the easy things. So in cybersecurity, what we always say and tell our clients, start with the first most effective thing. So number one is, how do I get breached? So the attackers always look for the user ID and passwords, because that's the way that they can enter a company's network and then try to find things. So protect the attacks. So how do you do that? First is drive a DNS security. So if you click on a website and this website is malicious, that you're not able to reach it. Second is when you receive an email, right? We always say, don't open an email from someone you don't know. But people are people. They might get curious by the title or by the ask in the email, so they click on a link or open an attachment. So help the workforce to be blocked from those emails that they get attracted to open, right? I think these are the first two things they should start with, and then look into when they authenticate. And that's the third thing, is that they use multi-factor authentication. So not only user ID and password, but also an extra code that goes maybe on your mobile device where you say, that's me. I think these are the things people should start immediately looking.
People should all know. And how much should the leadership of a company be involved in addressing security issues? Is there a framework that it is integrated into the overall operation of a business?
Right. I would say like 75% say, or 50% say they have like more than $500,000 of cost, right, with a breach. But I think more importantly is, like, imagine if I'm a CEO of a company and my company gets breached and I'm in the newspaper, right, in the Greek newspaper. What is the implication for my company, right? So that means the board, the owners of companies, they need to take security very personal, because it's not only affecting infrastructure or some data, it affects the brand of the company. So there's different techniques how you do that. I think there's two things I would say. Look how you can drive automation and visibility to the maximum, because not many companies have enough resources to do all manually. And secondly, when you do that, there's a new approach on how to secure companies, and that's a term I will call out, is zero trust.
Now let's talk about Cisco. Which aspect of security solutions development is Cisco focusing on?
So we have today like over different, I think 20 plus different products in the security portfolio. But what we are aiming for is driving an integrated offer for the entire security, so that if a company says, I want to do something, that we are able to drive automation and visibility to faster remediation if there's an attack. I think that's the key thing. And then you see like, okay, how do I protect users and their devices? How do I protect the network? And how do I protect application and the data? And we are building a platform that integrates everything through automation and better visibility.
Now, digital skills are also very important for every worker nowadays. What is your approach in fostering digital skills?
If you have kids, right, that are going in school and, oh, daddy, mama, what should I do, right? I think the market of highest paid and the best potential is in the cyber industry. So education in IT and cyber. So what is our company doing? Like, we are now in the 25th year of what we call our networking academies, that we have now over almost 6,000 partners worldwide that we are helping to educate students on IT and also on cyber. And we just recently signed up a partnership with Randstad to educate more than additional 300,000 because we have a shortage in IT and cybersecurity.
Now let's go a little bit to the geopolitical front. We are in an era of great turbulence and high geopolitical risks. We have the war in Ukraine. Now, in this environment, Cisco and its Talos project is a reference point. Tell us a bit about this initiative, fighting for the good fight.
Right. So Talos, it's our Cisco-owned threat intelligence organization, and which is one of the largest non-government ones. And what we do is we do focus on two things. One is on defending, and one is also on supporting. But specifically for Ukraine, what we did, and it goes back almost now 7 years, I would say, 2016, 2017, when the first things started in Ukraine, we saw the need. You remember in the early days they had outages in the banking sector, they had outages in the energy sector, etc. So we were helping the Ukraine government to harden their infrastructure against cyber attacks. So today we are now supporting more than 30 governments and critical infrastructure providers, oil, gas, energy, banking, to be shielded against the most sophisticated attacks. And I have to be, I'm proud to say that also with other partners we were able to really help the government to be more resilient against attacks. And that's what we also do with our Talos organization for a broader customer base, not only for Ukraine, but to any customer who is in need for that.
So you have business solutions that work for the greater good.
We do.
That is your goal. Thank you very much for this interview.
Thank you for having me.